Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we have a dual foundation re-release video. I'm calling it Back and Better Than Ever. And since we're going to look at two foundations today, well, you know, it's become tradition on this channel since January of 2022. When we look at a foundation, we have party horns and confetti. And, well, we have two foundations, so we got to do it twice. That's right, two foundations. Both are firm favorites from a few seasons ago, and both have been re-released in different and better packaging. Well, let's actually talk about them. We are going to look at two today, both sensational foundations. And because they've been re-released, we're looking at them again. And because they've been re-released and I like them both, I thought you might want to take a look. At the first we're going to look at is by Beautyblender. They are not just about beauty makeup sponges. They are more than that. And their foundation products are really good. So we're going to look at the new really repackaged Bounce Liquid Whip Long Wear Foundation from Beautyblender. And we are going to look at the also newly packaged and more product than ever this is the Minimalist Perfecting Complexion Foundation and Concealer Stick. We'll look at both aspects of that. So let's talk about them, and then we are going to try them both on. Just in case you are wondering right now, I am currently wearing the the Minimalist Stick. Okay, so first of all, let me just talk about Beautyblender. As I said to you, their complexion products are really, really good, like surprisingly good. And I have the tint, and I used to wear the Liquid Whip Longwear a long time ago. It came in different packaging. So what the brand has done is they've repackaged it to make it upgraded and sustainable. Thank you. But it's the same old great product that you probably might remember trying a while back. This is for my full coverage foundation fans. This is a beautiful full coverage oil-free matte finish foundation. And it really is that. It's full coverage without being cakey and ugly. You'll see me try it on in the demo. I am just a really big fan of this, and it's really fun to see it repackaged in this lightweight but really kind of hearty packaging. Now, I will tell you that I have worked with Beautyblender in the past. I generally buy all my Beautyblender items, but they were kind enough, because they knew I had the original. So they were kind enough to send me over in PR the newly packaged version. Let me just cut to me. You got to see what they sent it in, you guys. See that? There's many ways to my heart. But the biggest way to my heart is chocolate. When I'm going to lie, it's chocolate. And Beautyblender sent this over. You got to see the video here. Packaged in a big chocolate box. Like the entire box was chocolate. And they gave like a mallet that you could crack the chocolate open with. And then you could eat the packaging. And it was inside that. And here's the best thing, you know. You break open your chocolate, right? You eat your chocolate and you think, oh no, what's inside? I'll be disappointed. No, it was foundation. So the excitement just keeps going. Beautyblender, you guys are geniuses. Well, here's the other reason they're geniuses. They must have had my shade on file, or just maybe looked at a video from a while back when I was talking to them about how much I loved the tint version of this that I had purchased myself. They sent me over a shade that they picked, and it's a shade I never would have picked. And wait until you see, they're clearly geniuses and they know what they're doing over there. It's perfect. This is the 2.40 shade, and I, again, would never have picked this for myself, but it is spot on. Kudos to the geniuses at Beautyblender, because they got it right. I cannot believe them. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Beautyblender. So you will see that coming up. I want to show you how it looks. Now let's also talk about the Minimalist. So Merit has taken their stick and they have repackaged it to make it kind of heartier or stronger for travel. And it also holds nearly 2 times the product amount, 1.7 times the product amount. More product, and the package, you know, reduces waste and whatnot. Whereas the Beautyblender is $29 and comes in 40 shades. This guy is $38 and comes in 20 shades. And the cool thing about this foundation is it kind of goes up here and can be used as a stick foundation, but also precisely as a concealer. And the great thing about the Merit Minimalist is that you can kind of do a a hybrid concealer foundation, meaning that you just kind of put this on dot this on the areas of concern and blend, and then the idea Merit says is that you can't tell the difference between what is your skin and what is your foundation, and it has a very natural finish. I bought the shade Bisque, and funnily enough, I did a promotion with Merit forever ago, and they had sent me the shade Linen, which was always too light, and this is in the old one. Here's the difference. You can't tell much of a difference. Here's the original packaging on the Merit. You're not going to tell much of a difference in size, except that the logo on the top of the new one is golden, and it was just monochromatic on this one, the older version. So they look the same size, but this one holds 1.7 times more product and is a little bit sturdier in your bag, which is kind of cool. But we're going to use my older version Linen to kind of highlight around the eyes. But you don't really have to do that. I just happen to have two. But this one I did purchase in Bisque, which is, I think, maybe a little bit of a better shade match for me. This is, of course, then lighter coverage. Well, it depends how much you build it, but I like it for that kind of natural, is it skin, is it foundation, it looks like skin kind of look. So we'll call it a lighter look, and the Beauty Blender is definitely for my full coverage fans. And there is a time and a place in our makeup wardrobes for both. And so I wanted to show you, because these have been repackaged, and I wanted to show you my chocolate. When chocolate is a flex, you know where you've come in the world, right? So I wanted to show you both because I think these both should be on your radar. They are both really interesting, really different, and because they were repackaged, I really wanted you to have a look at them. I want to go now to me trying on first the Beauty Blender and then the Merit Minimalist, and I want to talk to you about my thoughts at the end, so stay right there. Okay, got the Beauty Blender Bounce Liquid Whip. And this is really an oldie but a goodie, you guys. So I'm kind of glad that them reintroducing it like this has given us a chance to play with it together. I have played with the tint on camera, but I've never looked at this one on camera with you guys, so I think you're going to enjoy it. Let's do half the face first and the other half. I put a little bit, as you saw, on the back of my hand. This is really nice coverage, so I don't want to do too much. I am kind of ruddy today. It's not a good look, I admit it, especially with my hair like this. But wait till you see the transformation of my skin going over the eyes a little bit. Look already, I'm trying to do half the nose. So look already, just with that little bit. This side, of course, is undone. This side done. Let's try a little bit more, why not? And then we'll do both sides. And it looks like I'm being very rough with my face, but please know that this is a very gentle brush. So I'm not, though I appreciate you guys worrying about my skin, you don't have to. Look at that great match too on the color. Sent over by Beauty Blender, they did a great job. Look at the difference, how much more blurred, in a good way, this side of my face looks compared to that side. Pretty good, huh? All right, I will speed it up and do the rest. Okay, now let's get some makeup on and we'll see the finish. And here is a finished look with the newly reintroduced Beauty Blender. Beautiful coverage, and it gives a nice lift, I think, to the face, even with just very neutral makeup on. It is a super pretty base for anything you're going to do over the top. I'm pleased with it. Time to try on the Merit The Minimalist, and we will start, though this can be a foundation and a concealer, because my shade from the previous time was a little lighter, maybe we'll brighten around the eyes with it. I have it anyway. Okay, but let's try the Bisque now, which is actually the correct shade for me, or much more correct anyway. And like a stick concealer, remember I have two choices here. I can just kind of do spots, kind of like a concealer foundation, or I can just go ahead and do the whole face. Let's do lightly on the whole face and then a little bit more back in as a concealer. So I'll kind of just really start around the areas of my face that need it. Pardon the very loud noise happening outside. Somebody's driving a very big truck. Okay. And down the middle there, let's just try to kind of do one side of the face, and this is again with Bisque. And I'm going to take my Sonia G brush and very gently here just kind of blend it all in. This is a Sonia G Fusion brush, of course. If you know, you know. And it looks like I'm pressing really hard, but don't you worry. I promise I'm not. I just really want to blend it nicely, and it's such a nice, gentle, soft brush that, look at that, I can even do over the eyes, and it doesn't even move the skin. And I did use it pretty much all over, but I can go back in and conceal with it. First, I wanted to just kind of show you the difference between the two sides. This side is not touched at all, obviously. Hope you can tell that. And this side has just a gentle layer of the Merit redone, not reformulated, but repackaged into larger packaging and biodegradable packaging. The Minimalist from Merit. Now let's take this shade. And we're not going to go into the eyes. So I'm going to try the linen shade I had that was too light under the eyes. I thought that would be kind of fun. I have some blemishes here and some hyperpigmentation there and a little bit of redness here. So let's try that on there almost like a concealer, just over the top. And you see how nicely that works. It's hard because I'm trying to do half my nose here. And then let's take this shade. This is an older shade I have, and you don't have to do this, but I have this linen shade that I remember for my whole face was quite too light. And let's just do that around the eyes. Again, another Sonia G Fusion brush, but smaller. Just kind of to brighten, blend that like that. Hey, that's pretty nice. And there we have it. I think you can really tell. I can see in the viewfinder already that I can really tell, especially just around the eyes. Just so easy and so quick, and a stick foundation is super nice. Let me do the other side now. I will speed things up for you. Not bad, you guys. Not bad. Let me do something with my crazy hair today and put on the rest of my makeup so we can chat. Stay right there. All right, so here, as you can tell, is the Merit Minimalist look all finished up. And I want to know what you guys think. What is your preferred foundation? I actually look better in a fuller coverage foundation. I ought to take a hint, but I feel comfy in a lightweight one. The reason I like the Beautyblender is because it's kind of a whipped texture. I feel really comfortable in it, and it does give me more coverage. And there's certain days I just admit I need that. And for the lighter wear days, I really love the convenience of the Merit, and I love that you can use just one stick to conceal as well. I know I used a lighter version of it for concealer, but I mean, you don't have to do that. And the convenience of that and the fact that this just pops in your bag and can be used for touch-ups is sensational when you have a lighter makeup day. Both of these products deserve you giving them a second look if you haven't. Just the fact that they've been repackaged alone is cool, but the products inside are as good as they've always been, and it would be such a shame to have these two products buried by all these new foundations that we're seeing in 2022. But give me your thoughts below. I'd love to have a conversation with you in the community, of course. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. And coming soon, I am going to release my 10,000 subscriber video, and I'll do it in one of those interactive ones with a premiere so we can chat underneath it. I'm looking forward to that. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Don't forget to give me a follow over on Instagram and TikTok. Bye-bye.